Hey everybody, sorry we're late. We were busy putting in all of your Cyber Week orders. I'm Denise.
And I'm Jen.
And welcome to this week's episode of Caregiver Coffee.
It's already December. Can you believe it?
I can't believe it, Jen.
It's crazy. This year is just flying by. Because it is December, you now know that our pillow fight to end Alzheimer's has officially ended. It was a very successful campaign, and thank you to everyone who purchased an activity pillow. 10% of the price for each pillow was actually donated to the Massachusetts, New Hampshire chapter of the Alzheimer's Association. So I'm sure they're super excited to receive the donation thanks to all of you.
Yes, so thank you all very much. And some other good news along that front is that we are extending our Cyber Week deal on the Caregiver Gift Paks, both the basic and the deluxe.
Yes, speaking of the Caregiver Gift Paks, why don't we cut to some demos so you can learn some more about them? Hey Denise, it's demo time.
Oh, hey Jen. Sorry, I was just relaxing with this deluxe Caregiver Gift Pack here. This is a wonderful 4-piece set that's perfect for the caregiver in your life, or if you are the caregiver, it's perfect for a present for yourself. First, this is the iMac eye pillow. It's full of beads, and you can put it in the freezer so that if you get a headache or if you just want to relax, you can have a nice, cool eye pillow to put on. It works wonders. I actually have one in my freezer at all times. It also comes with some Theraputty, which is great for just keeping your hands busy, and it relieves stress as well. And you can just roll it around, or you can smush it together. It's really good for just some absent-minded work with your hands. This one here is the foot roller, and what you would do is you would just put it on the floor and you would just roll your foot on it, and it's like a nice little massage for your foot. Very relaxing. And lastly, this part right here, this is one of our paraffin baths, and this one is made by Waxwell. It comes with 6 of these wax bars, and the way it works is you put in at least 4 pounds of wax, and once it melts, you can put either your foot or your hand or your elbow in, and it helps your skin, and it provides heat therapy as well. And to prolong the therapy, after you've dipped your hand in a few times, you can put your hand in these liners that it comes with, and then you can put the liner in this mitt here, and it'll give you an extra 15 to 20 minutes of heat therapy. Same thing with your foot. It comes with a mitt for your foot as well, and it comes with everything you need. We also sell a variety of different scents that you can buy for refill bars as well. So, like I said, this is a great gift pack for the caregiver in your life, or if you are the caregiver, I think you should get one of these for yourself. I'm Denise. Have a great day. Hi everybody, welcome to another edition of Denise's Demos. Today we're going to be talking about our basic caregiver gift pack, and this is the perfect way to pamper your caregiver, especially if you have a smaller budget. This is a 5-piece set, and what it comes with is this Theraputty here, which is a great way for them to just keep their hands busy when they have a little bit of downtime. Just kind of gets, the circulation going. It's really a great product to relieve some stress. It also comes with this TheraBand foot roller, and what you would do with this one is you just put it on the floor, take your shoe off, and you just roll your foot back and forth on it. Provides a little massage for your foot. And again, it's just another absent-minded way to just, keep the circulation moving and release the stress from you. This one here is one of my favorites. This is the iMac eye pillow. I personally have one of these at home that I keep in my freezer at all times. What it does is there are some little beads inside of it, and then if you put it in your freezer, they get cold. And if you get a headache or if you just want to relax, you just put it on. It has this elastic band here. So you would just put it on your face and you would just relax. And it really helps headaches go away very quickly. It's a great little product here. The last two are the Gel Ultimates gloves and booties. And these ones have the anti-slip on the bottom, so you don't have to worry about falling while they're walking around. And what these all do is they have gel inside, and it does is it keeps your hands and your feet moisturized. It's good for your cuticles and dry, flaky skin. They recommend that you wear it 2 to 3 times a day at a minimum, and for about 30 to 45 minutes. They could also sleep in it if they wanted to. So, don't forget to pamper the caregiver in your life this holiday season with one of our gift packs. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.
So as Denise mentioned earlier, our Cyber Week deal with our Caregiver Gift Paks has been extended through the end of the year. Both our basic and our deluxe packs are now going to be on sale. It's a great gift to pamper the caregiver in your life, and it's also great if you're a caregiver and you're looking for, a one-stop, quick product that you can buy to relieve some stress during the holiday season that you can use throughout the year. So you can check out our link to purchase on Facebook, Twitter, and you can also find it at easierliving.com right on our homepage. And it's a great product for the holidays and all throughout the year.
It really is, Jen. And even if you're not a caregiver, I mean, you saw how much I was enjoying them in the demo. So, it's just a great product for anybody in your life.
It is. It's a great product.
So, what else are we talking about today, Jen?
This season we really want to focus on relieving stress for caregivers. So during the holidays, it's really stressful to travel, even if you're not a caregiver. So throw caregiving in the mix, and it gets really crazy. So we've compiled some tips to help caregivers travel with their loved one during the holiday season.
Great. And I think one of the most important places to start with that is your medicine supply. You're going to want to make sure that you have enough for, say you're going away for a week, you're going to want to make sure you have more than a week's worth of medicine with you, because maybe you decide to stay there a little longer. Maybe you hit some bad weather and you get stuck there. You don't want to have 7 days worth of medicine and only have 7 days worth of pills in case you end up being there for 8, 9, 10 days.
To piggyback off of that, it's also important too, if you're going to carry your medication with you, in addition to, your pill container, your pill dispenser, whatever you use, for a weekly medication, to have the actual container that the pills come in. It does have your prescription on it, it has your information, so that way if you're out of town, something maybe happens to the medication, you have the pill bottle with you, so you can bring that to the pharmacy, and that way it will be an easier fix for you.
That's a great idea, Jen. And don't forget that if your medicine needs special storage, like a refrigerator, make sure you call ahead and make sure you have arrangements for that as well. Another thing you want to do before you leave is check out the local hospitals in your area. Make sure that they accept your insurances, and you're also going to want to make sure that you have a list, like one piece of paper that has all of your medical history on it and all of your medicine that you take on it, because that way, God forbid you end up in an emergency room, you can just say, here you go, this is everything you need to know.
Yeah, you want to make it as easy as possible in a stressful situation. Something else that's really important, and one of our tips is to have, the identification readily available for the person that you're caregiving for, but also to have your information readily available. So say you get separated, or something happens, you may be, away from them and they're with someone else in your family or someone else that you're traveling with. You want to make sure that your contact information is right there, because you're the caregiver, you know them best, and to have that information readily available in a time of stress and a time of need. They may not be able to think of your telephone number or your address or where they're staying. All that information, their ID, your identification, where you're staying, that stuff should be readily available for them.
That's a very good point, Jen. I think the next thing we should talk about is, say you have to fly during your travels this holiday season. The TSA at the airport is very helpful. I know from my own personal experience, my grandparents, when they travel, my grandfather had dementia and my grandmother had a knee replacement, so she couldn't go through the metal detectors. So she would always grab one of the TSA agents and say, hey, my husband has dementia, can you just help him get through the line? And somebody would stay with him and help him get through the security process. So don't be afraid to ask for help when you're at the airport. And, you can always check out the local the websites for the airport you're going to find out the protocol. So maybe you need a wheelchair, or maybe you don't need a wheelchair, but it would just make it easier. You can arrange for all of that before you get there.
And that's true, though. Even if you don't need a wheelchair, just walking a long distance, trying to get somewhere quicker in between flights, setting it up ahead of time just in case you need to use the wheelchair, even if the person you're caregiving for isn't 100% handicapped that uses a wheelchair every day.
Right.
It's a good option to have. Also, in addition, you have to think about carrying extra incontinence products if you're on an airplane, if you're going a long distance. And that's also important in the car, too. For bathroom breaks, you want to make sure that you give yourself enough time to stop at least double of what you normally would when you have someone that you're caregiving for.
Absolutely.
There are things that may slip your mind before you start traveling, but it does make a huge impact when you're trying to coordinate these things while you're traveling.
Definitely, especially if you're on a tight schedule, the little breaks, they add up pretty quick.
Yes, absolutely.
And another thing to think about is when you get to your destination, maybe you're not staying with friends or with family, maybe you're staying at a hotel. When you book the hotel, you should call ahead and see if you can get a first floor so it's easier to get in and out of, and also make sure that they have a handicap accessible bathroom, and it'll give you more space. And if the person you're caregiving for, does need a wheelchair, it'll make it easier for them to get in and out of the shower in the bathroom.
Very true. And last, we want to make sure that the person that you're caregiving for, feels comfortable while you're traveling, because if they're comfortable, it's going to be easier for you. We want to make sure that you have food that they're familiar with, something that's easy, whether you can call ahead if you're staying with other family members, or you can call to make sure the hotel maybe has something in the minibar that they are comfortable with, that they eat all the time, whether it's snacks when you're traveling on the road. Preparing food ahead of time for the person you're caregiving for is a huge advantage to relieving stress. And that also brings us to our last point. You want to make sure that you try to maintain the same schedule you would if you were at home. Of course, during the holidays, things get stretched and your time is spent in different areas, especially when traveling, but try to maintain the same schedule as best as possible, because the more scheduled you are, the easier the transition is going to be when traveling, and once you get home, continuing in your same routine.
Definitely. And along that line, Jen, if you keep the same schedule, you'll be able to give medication when you're supposed to.
Absolutely.
Which is very important with certain conditions that some of your patients might have.
Absolutely.
So, this concludes our episode of Caregiver Coffee for today. So, why are we here, Jen?
To simplify caregiving.